Okay, so by now I'm sure we've all heard the bad news, or just the news depending on where you stand, or good news maybe if you're weird, I guess. But anyway, the news that we got a few days ago was that Suicide Squad Kill the Justice League, the new Rocksteady game, has been delayed yet again. This time, it was delayed from its May 2023 release date all the way back to 2024. So the obvious question is, what the fuck is going on with this game? And you know, I wasn't gonna talk about this because it had already been rumored for a few weeks that the Suicide Squad game was indeed getting pushed back, but after this official confirmation, as I was racking my brain thinking about why this happened and what it could mean, I then stumbled upon the thought that maybe this is a good thing, or at least not an all bad thing. So let's take a quick look at the situation of this game. So at a PlayStation State of Play almost 2 months ago, Suicide Squad got an extended gameplay trailer, and the people of the internet absolutely tore it to bits, as is their right if they feel like it. But not too long after that extended trailer is when the rumors of a new delay began to pop up. So naturally, a lot of us thought that the rumored delay was a product of the negative reception they got from the trailer. And with the delay now confirmed, many of us might still think that. But the Rocksteady devs themselves have gone out of their way to say that the negative reception is not the reason for the delay, and that the actual reason is just because the game just needs more time to be brought up to their standard. And whether or not you believe that is completely up to you. I personally kinda believe it, and I'll get to that, but real quick, for anyone who thinks that Rocksteady is delaying Suicide Squad to completely overhaul the problems people had with the game based on the trailer, that's likely not the case. The things a lot of people were most upset about were monetization, battle pass implementation, and loot-based gameplay. Things that would take an entire overhaul of the game to remove or rework, and that's just unlikely in like a extra 6 months or whatever. But whatever the reason is for the game's delay, it may end up working to Suicide Squad's benefit simply because 2023 is fucking stacked with games that have a lot more hype behind them than Suicide Squad Kill the Justice League. And those hyped and highly anticipated games are so spread around throughout the year that there's pretty much nowhere good to be if you doubt your ability to compete directly. We had the Dead Space and Resident Evil 4 remakes, Hogwarts Legacy, we've got Jedi Survivor, Tears of the fucking Kingdom, Diablo 4, Street Fighter 6, goddamn Final Fantasy 16, there's just a lot. And while Suicide Squad isn't a low profile game, why compete with all of that shit if you don't have to? In fact, this might not just be a benefit of the delay, it could be the very reason for it. Well, I actually think it's a combination of everything. And, you know, Rocksteady is looking at everything and is like, hey, you know what? People didn't like our trailer and aren't too keen on our game right now. And while it's too late to make big changes, we could use a little more time to just generally make the game better. But another delay won't look good from a PR standpoint. And then while Rocksteady is contemplating a delay, they come to another realization, the one I mentioned earlier. There's a shit ton of highly anticipated games, high profile games that are likely to drown us out anyway. Since people are already trashing our game, let's just get out of the way of all those big games. Take some time to make our own game better and hopefully release during a period where there's less to play. And I'll tell you what, as I say it out loud, this sounds more and more like the best thing for Suicide Squad. I think the benefits outweigh the bad look of yet another delay. People are already trashing and dismissing your game. You really have nothing to lose. And I'll be honest, that was not my first reaction. My initial reaction was, what the fuck is going on with this game? Because with this delay in effect, by the time this game launches, it will have been 9 years since Rocksteady's last game. And while I'm not as negative on the game as some others, it absolutely admittedly does not present like something that should take 8 or 9 years. Hell, we got God of War Ragnarok in 4. But looking at all the other reasons and possibilities and adding them all up, I feel like that is the logical conclusion for this latest delay. It doesn't clear up the rest of the extremely long development time, and that still doesn't bode well for Suicide Squad, but at least we can sleep just a tad bit easier, seemingly making sense of the latest delay. But okay, that's it. That's all I wanted to talk about. Just some quick thoughts about this thing I wasn't gonna talk about, but have now talked about. Let me know how you feel about Suicide Squad. I'd love to read some thoughts. And please subscribe to the channel. It means a lot, and I do videos every week. But until next time, I am Waifu Belector. I'm just a normal guy. I like hentai, and despite everything, I'm still looking forward to Suicide Squad. Goodbye.